Anyway, my name is Abdul, and I want to move that. We've been actively trading for the last 6 months. For the last 1 year, I don't know, I mean, they must be trading. I want to see how we do the kind of buyer. We have our position. We have the less than 10 people interacting in the market. So, I'll start by saying, I'm saying, going to start with hardware introduction. Then I'm going to review pickup traders. So, as I say again, I said that 500 for I want to give out some tips about the market and experience with the market. And then I know Martin will allow me to introduce it later. I got involved with the forex market a few years ago, and it has not been easy. Haijakuwa rahisi because I've blown accounts, I've lost money, but I've never given up and I'll never give up because pesa forex ni tamu sana. Si ni kweli? Wala watu wanajua venye pesa forex ni tamu sana. So I remember, honestly speaking, breakthrough yangu ya market ilianza I think around towards mid of 2022 ndio nilianza kusikia pesa forex iko sawa, and that really gave me the energy to keep on pushing. And I want to give a few insights about the market that we need to be aware of. Hizi ni zile reality zenye watu wengi wapendangi kuongelea, but mimi napenda kuziongelea. This thing called forex inahitaji a lot of commitment. And when I'm talking about commitment, I'm talking about the learning process. Marvin might be your mentor, or any other person can be your mentor. But if you cannot put in the personal commitment to learn and understand the market, you will make money, you will lose money, and you will blame people. But it all lies to you. Ama ina depend na wewe. Sawa. Because tell me why. I will talk about also personal experience. I have people that I train forex. I think I've seen someone here. Esther? Okay. So unapata uko na two people watu wako interested na forex. Sawa. Unaanza the same concept, and then at the end of the day not all of them will make money. Unafunza the same concept. So I am a believer of backtesting and coming up with a case study of what you believe the market tells you. Are you together? The market needs a lot of research. Things keeps on changing. You might use a strategy for some time, it's not working. You need to be flexible. Even when it comes to doing technical analysis, I always like saying in our meetings that you don't need to be very, very rigid. Sometimes you need to adjust. Kuna time itabidi umeingia aggressively. Kuna time inabidi umekuwa, a bit, all that, because the market keeps on changing. So talking about myself, the thing I've learned about the market is that the commitment to have, there's a difference between knowledge and skill. You can have the knowledge about forex, and having the skill is something else. Are you together? So inahitaji uko na hiyo skill whereby you can be able to open up your laptop, look at the market, understand what is happening, be able to do your analysis in the right way, and have a proper execution. Are we together? And that comes also with the aspect of risk management, which will also determine how your psychology will be. Things to do with psychology is not something that you can be taught. It lies back to you need to study yourself and understand who am mimi na behave aje nikikuwa na losses. Last week there's an account I was trading. To be honest, nilikuwa na trade account. There's this statement that says that every mistake that you do in the forex market will cost you $1. Are you together? So nili break rules zangu kidogo nikaingia ku trade account fulani. I lost 50% of my capital in that account. But because I know what to do, niliachana na hiyo account, nairudia baadaye. Are you together? These are things that people won't tell you. It doesn't mean that every day we make money. There are days we lose. But again, why personally I do forex is to make money and invest in other things. So that wakati ile market haiko fair ama iko smooth, you have somewhere to rely on. Are you together? So I've talked about commitment of learning and being true to yourself. Number two, there's the aspect of money. There's the aspect of money, because there's this controversial statement that people say, watu wao wanasema ati okay, kuna watu watasema hivi, it's all about the skill, it's not about the money, and the others will say it is about capital. So I want us to have a discussion. Marvin, it's an interactive session, right? So I want us to have a discussion. I want to hear your opinions and views about this statement. And I'm going to randomly pick people. Are we together? I'm going to randomly pick people. Esther, if I ask you, what do you think about the issue of money in trading? Do you believe in having a lot of money or having some little money? What's your thought about that in terms of trading?
I believe you can have, if you're not capable of getting a lot of money, you can have just some money, not so much, but the skill is important.
The skill is important. Mr. Leonard. I was saying, what do you think about the aspect of money in terms of forex? Do you need to have a lot of money to trade or little money? What's your opinion? You need?
Very important.
Okay.
Then you can use the money you have to experience. Then you can help the money.
Makes sense. I'll pick someone random again. Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Kulingana na mimi, skills ni kitu ya maana na pesa pia uko na lazima uko na pesa nyingi. Hao watu wote lazima walianza na amani, sio? Kusema pesa mingi zitakuwa mwanzo billions. Yeah, kama millions, but I think ukiwa na
Makes sense. Wow. That's nice. Anyway, mmesikia, hiyo ni maoni ya watu. Me, what I always say, every person is right when it comes to forex. Mtu atasema huyu trader ni mkali, huyu si mkali. I don't care. I'll say truly, at the end of the day, based on experience, kila mtu ako na njia yake ya kutengeneza pesa kwa market, and everyone's opinion is right. Are you together? But for me, I'll say this. May believe once you learn, you've mastered the skill, the next thing is to think on how to scale up on your capital. Hawezi nunua GLE na account ya $100. Is it true? Yani the thing is, ukishapata the skill, unajua nikiwa na account ya $1 million nikitengeneza 1%, hiyo ni pesa mzuri, si ndio? You're not going to have pressure. But if you have an account of $100, yes, you'll make money, but you will want to make a lot of money with that money. Chances of you losing iko hiyo ni opinion yangu. So me, I believe the starting point is have the knowledge, get the skill, master it, start small with whatever you have, and then start thinking of ways on how you can be able to scale up your capital and then be on another level. Are we together? There are things that not everyone will tell you, but the reality is, ukishaiva, you understand what you're doing in the market, the next thing is money. You know, I'm a teacher by profession. I didn't plan for this. I just found myself saying or talking about this. Are we together? So allow me to introduce the man of the day, going to take over, and then later on we are going to have further discussion. But before I introduce him, I want to give each one of you 30 seconds just to tell us your name, your experience in the market. Marvin, will it take a lot of time? Yes. Okay, so what you're going to do meanwhile, nataka nipea kila msee mic, watu wasiko waoga. Hakuna mtu atakula hapa, sawa? Just say your name, experience yako ya market, 30 seconds. Are you together? Not 1 minute, 30 seconds. Your name, how long have you been in the market and your experience? Mic ikienda hivyo.
So far so good. Market for maybe 8 months ago. Na ile kwamba Good afternoon. My introduction. Yeah, was then, but my police life started 50 was then.
Good afternoon. Poa sana.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Benjamin from Kenya. I'm a trader. My name is Amy. I'm a trader. We have been taking this guy right here on my own side. Was my house cheater, and I was having this gentleman. That's what
Kuna watu wajiongea huko nyuma. Master Navigator. Okay. We are just doing an introduction. Who are you? Market inakupeleka aje?
Hello, I'm Master Navigator. I'm a forex trader.
A very good one.
My name is okay, I was in this community and started trading.
Thank you. Nani jiongea? Good afternoon.
My name is I'm a new trader. Good afternoon.
Anyone else?
Hi, guys. My name is Faye. Good afternoon. I'm Wilson at Lebanon.
I know her. All right, thank you so much for guys for cooperating. So allow me to introduce Marvin. Then Marvin is going to introduce the entire team. I've known Marvin actually mtu alikuwa anani-inspire pia kuingia kwa hii market ni Mavo. I met Marvin a few years ago. Bana tumekula maisha lakini trading is good. Me I will say trading is good. Are we together? So Marvin is the founder of Bitam Traders, and I know he has good news for us today, as even we have a few minutes to NFP. think it's yeah, we have like 40 minutes to NFP. So I'm going to introduce him and then he's going to introduce the entire team yenye amekuja nao. Sawa sawa. So tutamkaribisha aje? Na candlesticks. Tumpe 10 pips. Like we clap 10 times. 10 pips.
All right. Good afternoon. How are you? So now, as you've heard, my name is Marvin Alumasa Malungu. Those are my three names, referring to one person though. I'm a trader, full-time forex trader. I've been in the industry for several years so far. And I think I cannot regret the decision that I made almost 6 years. Is it 6 years, Basweti, or more than 6 years? Around 2018, back then. With me, I've come with my team, immediate person of Bitam Forex over here. Jonte, ndio tumekuja nao. Introduce a lot to the left.
Okay. Good afternoon. Good afternoon again.
Anthony yako?
Yes, I'm Doc. For my entire forex journey. Marvin has taken me through for the last 3 years since I joined campus. And I have a message to comrades. Make sure you are different from your fellow, your colleague comrades. Make sure you are different because umekuwa daru, wewe ukistruggle kwa market, unahitiwa bado unaenda daru. I guess. So make sure you are different. Make sure ukienda kwa markets, uende na ile motivation ya you will make it. Okay? Yes, that's my message to my fellow comrades. Mimi nakuja hiyo side ya comrades. Okay?
Anthony.
After once more, I know the example of Marvin and Marvin has about 3 years. I'm going ups and down, starting from training to another job. Then of the training, I know some of us, then we have. So one message I would say, don't give up. Whatever happens before you wake up, or the market will be there, you take profit, or you make a loss, or you take your risk. At most, have a positive.
Nick the trader.
Good evening, good afternoon. So my name is Nick. I've been trading my entire campus life. I'm that's when I started trading. Then came experience has not been bad. Just been any other trader that do achieve, especially for how hard it is for you to get to trade because of especially finances. I see a Kuala about something about finances, which is actually a great question. And it was about the skill. So let's work on the skill. Then now when you have you master the skill, now it will be easy for you to create the capital and be where you want to be. So thanks Marvin for the session. We will have a nice interaction together. Thank you.
Okay, great. What about the cameraman? Oh, okay, let me introduce him. Okay, the cameraman is my high school classmate. We've known each other several years, more than 10 years actually. And We met the other day when I was doing forex, and he's an engineer by profession. So we decided to venture into forex. So we are here. He's still trying, but at least he's making something. I also have my classmate, my primary classmate here. I'm happy to see you. You introduce yourself, but allow me to introduce you again. Tulisoma naye primary hapa hivi. What's the name? Wonifa Primary here in Eldoret. So it means that I'm born and raised in Eldoret. I've been schooling here, better part of my life. Then during my campus life, I met this guy, Ronald. And Ronald was a trader. I was also a trader, but we are still struggling traders. Have you ever realized, okay, I don't know, for those who are still trading, have you ever been to a position, the only thing that you have is an account of 100 USD or even less, and it's like 28th of the month. You're supposed to pay rent. Furthermore, the first week of deadline, I mean the deadline of rent, that is, there's Nfp, and you know, in the entire month, if it is not CPI, maybe Nfp will be the only economic catalyst that will make you 1,000 plus pips. So you're just in between. May I risk it all? May I at least try to analyze the market so that I catch some good pip. I pay the rent, then remain with the capital. Those days we had no this thing of what? Profam. We were trading our own money. Then all of a sudden, the best thing you can do as a man, now I'm talking as a man, I don't know how ladies do. So the best thing you can do is to risk the entire money. Full margin. So I think my full margin paid it off. Though that day, I wasn't sure what's happening in the market. It was NFP, but I wasn't sure what's happening. So I remember very well I was trading GBP and USD. So we bought an matatu from a place called Mwanzo. You know Mwanzo? Yes. Coming to town. I don't know what we are doing. What were we doing? Now, and within around 20 minutes from Mwanzo to town, we had like 500 USD, the account from 100 USD. And you are like, this is the way to go. This is the way to go. So what are you expecting? A comrade making 500 USD a day. What will you expect? Eh? Remember, this person is still very new in the market. So most likely you're going to repeat it again and again. And now you don't know what was happening on Friday. You'll think, okay, probably you'll think Monday is going to be the same case. How many days do you have in a week? 10 days? 5 days. Imagine from 100 USD making 500 USD every day, Monday to Friday. That is roughly 250,000. In a week time, I have my first car. Nilikuwa nimekachorea. Nilikuwa nimekachora vizuri. Trust me, by 1 p.m. Monday, I had zero balance. I had zero balance. Not that I'm trying to discourage you, but that is part of the game, and we learn from our own mistake. So that's when I realized there's a lot that I'm supposed to learn. Risk management, what happens in the market, understand the dynamic of the market, everything, to become the person that I am today. Doyen, welcome. Now, I think we don't have to do much of the introduction of the entire concept, because most of you guys are traders. Who is not a trader? Nani is a trader? What's the time, bro? Few minutes to refill. So now, let me do a quick intro of what forex entails. So I don't want to leave anybody behind. So I'll take like 5 minutes to introduce what forex is. So ideally, I know all of us will trade forex, and if it is not forex, commodity like gold, right? Anybody trading any other thing apart from forex and commodities? What do you trade? Synthetic indices. Master Navigator. What do you trade? Yes, umetupa analysis ya NFP. NFP. You can follow him on TikTok. He does give NFP and CPI analysis. I knew him for that, by the way. So now, when it comes to forex trading, it means foreign exchange. Okay, and what we trade here is currencies. So, and the currencies that we trade, we focus on major economies. Like, for example, USD, CAD, Australian dollar, yen, pound, what else? NZD and CHF. So these are the major currencies that we trade. Reason? Very simple, liquidity. Because we are told the forex market trades up to $7 billion. $7 billion, that is daily turnover of the forex market. So it means that major or better percentage of the volume that is traded in the forex market comes from these economies. So it means that it is cheaper to trade major currencies in the market compared to our currency like Kenya shillings, right? So when you try to trade, it is tradable, yes. When you go to MT4, you can search Kenya shillings versus USD or any other currency, you'll get it. But again, the problem is cost of transaction. Cost will come with high cost. So in the process of executing, the spread will widen. Okay, so it will be more expensive for you to trade a currency like Kenya shillings. So now, what does it tell you? When you're a forex trader, you focus on key economic catalysts that influence the value of different currencies. Some of the key economic catalysts, yes, interest rates, right? Interest rates, inflation, what else? Employment and unemployment. So now, these are the key economic catalysts that influence the price of the value or the value of the currency. So now, it means that for you to understand if the currency is strong or weak, you need to study the key economic catalysts. And good thing, like for example, FOMC. So this is interest rate report from the US market. Okay, so you realize that most of this economic catalyst comes once in a month. Every month you must have FOMC. Every month you must have CPI. Though there are some economists that will give you CPI quarterly, like for example, there's Australia. You see, but most will have it monthly. So what's CPI? Consumer Price Index, right? It's all about the inflation. So purchasing power. Like when the purchasing power goes up, it means that the economy is doing well. When the purchasing power goes down, it means that the economy is not doing well, right? So ideally, your work as a trader will be doing your fundamental analysis, that is to check on the economic catalyst. Then next thing, chart work. I'm sure if you're not a trader, you've been seeing these charts. Wish I come across such charts? Yes? Benji, ulikuwa unafanya nini hapo? Hujamuonesha chat? Anyway, fungua chat bro. Nice. So now, those are some of our information that you should have, okay? So the economic catalyst, we do have the economic catalyst. I mean, we do have the technical analysis and fundamental analysis, okay? And that is what we focus the most in the forex market. Question? Okay, good. So let us talk about general analysis. When it comes to analysis, I'm sure every of us, there's a way you approach the market, right? So it might be the same by the end of the day by yourself, but again, there is a technique that you apply in your trading. Others will use, you'll hear someone using indicators like mzee there. Tumia RSI. Hebu sema RSI na accent ya kale. Huyo mwenye ako kando yako. Anyway. So there's multiple ways you can approach the technical analysis part, right? What's the time again? Yes? 07. So now we'll have like how many minutes? Like 20 minutes, right? We'll have like roughly 18 minutes. We discuss the technical part. Nani ana trade live? Live traders? Want trade live? Yes. Okay, now Liza, nani ako na live funded account? Live funded account? Okay. Mbona una live funded account? Okay. So now, if you don't have a live account, if you don't have a live trading account, it's not an embarrassment, right? So you're still new to this game, even if you are 1 year old or 2 years old, maybe you're still figuring out how to navigate, how to the best technique when using your technical analysis or whatever. So now, so what I'm trying to say is that we do have different ways on how we approach the market. Okay. So, and one thing that kills traders, hello? One thing that kills traders everywhere. Leo uko kwa Telegram kama Telegram group kama 20 trying to look for analysis or signal. Uko WhatsApp group 30. On the other side, una watch videos za Renateo 50 on YouTube. Uko kwa Karen 4. Like you are everywhere. Okay, it's not a problem, yes. But I think the sooner you realize that all these groups, so once you have the basic understanding of the market, try and consume one after another. For example, just example, I'm trying to look for a very unique example that will not touch any of us. Nick, best example? Okay. Okay, what I'm trying to say, yes?
Let's say, for example, Henry comes and learns from me about trading strategy, right?
Yes.
And then tomorrow he goes and he meets Nick.
Yes.
Are you together? So for me, I will call that, you need to
get one approach and refine it and stick with it. You understand?
Exactly.
I know that's what you're talking about.
So what I'm trying to say, okay, let me just explain it. You have, from this point, you understand what forex is, right? You understand how a currency will behave when we're experiencing high interest rates. When the purchasing power goes up, you understand what is supposed to happen in whichever currency that you are trading. Then here, Nick, with the technique, will bring you something that will not consume or will not reflect all this information into the market. And because you hit a sell yesterday, you feel like, now, this is the way to go. But funny thing, when you start this journey, it's actually more than what you see. The moment you put down your need of money, that is the moment you start making money. Because I know sometimes you're emotionally attached with your money, right? So it's nature. It's nature. But again, no need of being emotional, like being attached with the money, then you end up losing the same money. Ideally, you have the concept right, you have the strategy right. But again, on your side, you cannot balance your emotions. Okay, I'm speaking from the experience point of view. But then you are lucky, guys. People are trading forex nowadays, and they are making money. There are real traders in the market who are trading forex and they're making money. So those who are coming into the market right now, they are very lucky because experienced traders in the market have simplified almost everything. So all you need to do is to be smart enough to tell this is a trader and this is not a trader, right? So from that point, you have your understanding of the market, you have the strategy, now you are trading. Some things are meant to learn, the hard way. I remember sometimes back, Baswete, you remember the day tulikuwa pale level? When was that? I don't know. I think FX Pesa, they were launching their office, Rupas Mall, right? And that day, I think it was on Friday. And immediately, we went somewhere to take a cup of coffee. I don't know the name of this Total petrol station. Was it Total or Shell? If it is not Total, Shell. Kapsoya, Total Kapsoya Gaze. Kotupaleju. So, I knew very well that I'm not supposed to trade. Nikitembea just after seeing a spike up or down. And because my account was loaded, I felt like, no, this NFP is going to pump higher. So nilikuwa natembea now wase simu iko hapa, account na receive to margin call. Kidogo margin call. Kidogo najaribu kuangalia, nataka kufunga nasema hapana. Naona during that moment, let me tell you, you don't even see what you're supposed to see in the market. Most likely, you are trading with feelings, hoping that the market will go your way. But unfortunately, there is no mechanical tool that will help you to come out of such situation. So once it hits you hard, trust me, it will take like 2 days trying to review what happened. Na nilijiwan, nilisema hii NFP si trade. All of a sudden, you're there trading the NFP. So it happens. And I'm sure if you have experienced such, should not be the reason why you should lose hope. Who placed the trade? Who placed the trade? You. Who analyzed the market? You did not analyze the market. Did you? You saw the spike up or down. You see? So you knew very well you are not supposed to. You are supposed to place your sell or TP. you fail to do so. What were you using? Hope. You're hoping that the market will respect what you're applying your empty form. So the next thing you'll do, you know what happens? The market always, if it goes up, it always comes back. If it sells, at some point it starts buying. So after you have used a lot size more than your account balance, see the market coming back. Has already cleared your account. So most of for those who are using leverage of 1:100. FX Pesa wanapeana ngapi? 200. 1:100, 1:200. Yes. So that's about leverage. I'll explain what leverage is. Nani ajui leverage ni nini? Nani ajui leverage ni nini? You're a trader and you don't know what leverage is. Usiogope. Assume uko peke yako. Anyway, so we tend to use high leverage accounts so that we can be able to execute as many trades as possible. So leverage is like borrowed money from a broker. Once you have a high leverage, let's say 1:1,000 or 1:2,000, you'll have more, what do you call, margin. Margin is the amount of money that you're using to open transaction with in the broker's account. So ukiwa na margin kubwa, inamaanisha utafungua trade mingi, right? But again, the moment the market goes against you, you don't go to, then you lose everything. So now, with that information, it means that we do have two types of traders. One is aggressive trader, conservative trader. So one aggressive trader and two conservative trader. Which type?
Aggressive. Very aggressive.
Anthony, type of a trader? Synthetic indices. Type aggressive. Full mugging. Master navigator. Which type of a trader? Anyway, Gidi, Basweti, are you a conservative trader or aggressive trader?
Very aggressive.
Great. So you know, and when you are going in aggressively, what always runs in your mind?
You know. Huge bara nimesweat bana. So for me, what happens? I'm aggressive on my own account because it's my own money, but not on a pro farm account. So what happens is when you are aggressive, sema umeingia New York session, GU is a buy. Umeona vizuri, it has gone to analysis, nimeingia. And what I do, I am not aggressive at the start, but if I see a trade going my way, mimi nitapiga positions zingine kama 3 hapo. So if I started with 1 lot, 2 more lots there. So that's my aggressiveness. So napataga ikinipata off guard, especially kulikuwa na news za Trump juzi, sikuwa najua ilikuwa ya 430. Kichwa nasikia imewaka moto tu, lakini hiyo time nikiona hivyo nafunga tu, naenda mpaka kesho.
Great. So we were both. Okay, first, I'll start by saying this. I trade different accounts differently. Prop firm nayo discipline lazima ikuwe intact,
but personal account pia kuna zile account zenye nakuanga willing kwenda full margin. Okay, there's this thing about leverage. Let me talk about it. And people believe things differently. Me, at times I take advantage of leverage. As much as leverage is about sword, inaweza kumaliza, but if I know that this entry based on my strategy ni kama yani iko, for example, it's gonna come to my entry and maybe it has little drawdown, ama the percentage of it going to my direction is high, I can go aggressive and even go full margin, you know. But there's an account I cannot do that. So in short, the aggressiveness part of me is when I'm doing day trading, scalping. But now when it comes to swing trading, I really have to wait for confirmations on my swinging accounts.
Great. So you've heard from both sides. An aggressive, conservative trader. Nani conservative trader? Any conservative trader? This.
Okay, on my view, on my take, usually analyzes the trades, places it with a planned lot sizes. There's no way I can analyze a trade, knows very well that my account can allow a certain lot size, then jump in with bigger lot size than what my account can allow. So for my trades, usually places it with planned lot sizes. Supposing I'm supposed to use a 0.1 lot size. Okay, during news, I step out because I know anything can happen and my account can't survive with it. That's my way to go.
All right, great. This is from a conservative trader. So now let me say this. From the experience point of view, I've been to moments when blowing accounts, moments of sustaining accounts even for a year. So blowing account is part of the game. So it all depends on your approach. And also it also depends with the trade that there's an account that I cannot go in full margin. And the account I risk it all. So it means that for you to make money, that's my own advice. For you to make money, you should be both aggressive trader and a conservative trader. It all depends with what you're risking and when to risk. So now it's like this. Assume your first deposit, you're a trader. When I say your first deposit, that is after now you have reformed and accept the situation in the market. Sometimes you don't accept. You see the market is buying, but you keep on selling. You know, there's a point you just call a personal meeting, like you and yourself on a boardroom, trying to review how you have been doing things. You understand you have better understanding of the market, yes. But again, when it comes to execution, then a problem can ingia. And it's not a problem actually. It's some emotions. And I've said there's no mechanical tool that will help you to come out of such emotions. So you need to accept the situation in the market, accept what works and what not. So now, in this case, so you are at a point of acceptance. You've accepted the situation. Deposit $500, $500 USD. So now, you cannot, it is like this. Two ways of trading, aggressive trading and conservative trading. It is actually somewhat hard for you to grow from this point because you're aggressive means you go in full margin. But again, you can grow from this point, then use both. Grow from this point, use both. So this is my point. Now, being an aggressive trader, can you think of a reasonable expectation? Like how much are you supposed to, what will be your expectation? Percentage, let's say per month, accumulatively. How many trades a day? How many trades a week or a month? Then accumulatively, percentage growth. What do you think is the most realistic expectation? Now umefika ile point, umefika uko usha understand kuna kublow account, kuna make loss. So now, what's the best expectation? What do you think? Amos, what do you think? What's the best expectation in terms of percentage growth?
I would say that we don't have expectations. It will depend on people.
Okay, I'm asking, what's your expectation in terms of percentage growth in a month? Yes. Assume you're a full-time trader. What is the most realistic expectation that you should have? Between 20 and 30%. How much do you make in a month? $200-300. Percentage, tumuulize percentage. Tujue kama 10% of your account balance. Good. 10%, $300-200. So you can do that calculation mbio. Tujue account size yake. Anyway, bro, how much do you make in a month in terms of percentage growth? You're not sure? Are you a trader? Okay. Benji, in a month, percentage growth? Yes? Yes. 20 to 30%. So we have agreed that realistic expectation, 20-30%, right? So there's this norm. There's this. One of our trading objective of our Profirms. Profirm these are companies that funds traders. So now, most of them they'll give you profit target of around 10%. Profit target of around. Okay, most Profirms gives profit target of around 10%, right? And they'll give you either unlimited time limit or 30 days to make 10% or 8% of their account balance. Why not 100%? Why not 100%? I remember these guys designing such objectives are traders, right? They are traders, experienced traders. Why not 100%?
I think because they understand how trading works and how people understand. And they also understand that you can at least achieve 10% of their
Great. So it means history 100% returns. Okay, it is very possible to make 100% from a single trade, right? Let's be realistic. Yes. Weak USD, right? Weak USD. Hebu enda kwa chat. Hata ina kelele. Ndio. Unanga watch list, bro? So now let's get back to NFP before we continue with the targets. Let's get back to NFP. Are you there? Forexfactor.com. So now, as you can see, we have average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, unemployment rate. So the unemployment rate, positive for the dollar, right? When it is green means positive for the dollar. Then non-farm employment change, job created. Previous month, the month of January, we had, in the month of December, this is the report that came in January, was 307. Then we're expecting 169 the month of January. It came 143. So we have a positive unemployment rate, then a negative job created. So what does it mean? So let me before we go to chart, let me explain. So there's what we call data news. This stuff is not writing. Check it. So now there's data news and there's data news and there's monetary policy news. So I just want to give you an example. Let's say we are saying we have high rate of unemployment in Kenya, right? We have high rate of unemployment in Kenya, but we are living in a digital economy. Everything is being digitalized. Machines are replacing what? AIs and machines are replacing what? Human labor. And these AIs are more productive than human labor. So ideally, data news might not give you the real situation in the market. Reason? Yes. Reason being, it might not reflect exact what is happening in the market. Assume most of us are youth here, right? Most of us are Gen Zs. And it is the time we are seeking employment. Some of us, let me give an example of a teacher. I'm a teacher by profession. TSC atakulipa net salary ya pesa ngapi? Net salary ya TSC? Yes? 40, 50. All right, here nimesema. Then in the market, you can make a clean 2,000 USD. So you're still considered as an unemployed youth. So the rate of unemployment and the job created might not reflect might not reflect what is in the market. So it might come out as, that's why you see sometimes NFP might bring, might give you some signal of a strong dollar, then all of a sudden the dollar becomes weak and vice versa. So now let us go to the chart. Hours time frame, DXY, and not DXY, bro. So I want to trade NFP differently. So there's something that I always say. There's something that I always say. You see these zones of demand and supply, or your SMC. Okay, I'm using SMC. My strategy is SMC. So when you mark these zones well, when you identify these zones well, you realize that most of the time, this news will take the market to the exact point, then turns. So as much as you can make more money trading the volatility, but also it makes sense for you to wait for the market at the zone of interest now as a conservative trader. So now there's something. This is for our time frame. Okay, there's something that we've been talking about better part of this week with my community over beta forex. So we had this buy, but again we had this particular zone here. So now, assuming the gap that was created, so as you can see, there's a gap here, right? Gap means there was no trading activity taking place at that particular point, and mostly it happens after a weekend or after a major economic catalyst. And in this case, the market came and filled the gap. Then there is this zone. We translated it as one what? One was it 109? 109 points, 107.223 around that zone. Any anaona vizuri? So we are expecting this market to come to this point. You see, come to this point, then we'll have a sell. And in this case, we are expecting a pullback sell. I'll tell you the reason. So expecting a pullback sell, we had a pullback, no, a pullback buy rather. It was a sell. We're expecting a pullback buy. Then on the other end, remember we don't trade DXY. DXY means dollar index. We use it to analyze dollar pairs, or in other words, strength and weakness of the dollar. GBPUSD, bro. Amos, confirm your entry price, our last entry price on GBP and USD. From the group. Anyway, as is confirming, so we were expecting to sell at 1.255. The market went exactly to that point. And this was a pullback. This was a pullback. You see, this was a pullback. So there's a reason why you are taking it at this particular point. So I'll have like 20 minutes to explain my SMC approach. So there's a reason, Jonte, Mark, there's a reason why we are taking the sell at 1.255. So on the other side, DXY is filling the gap, then a pullback, a buy pullback. DXY means dollar index, and it gives the strength and the weakness of the dollar. So if DXY is on bullish, it means all USD costs will be bearish, and vice versa. So it means that DXY correlates negatively with USD quotes and correlates positively with USD base. That's the exact thing we had, right? Filling up the gap, then we had a minor psychological zone. We're expecting a sell. Actually, we were targeting roughly 70 pips. So we caught it. Now, up to that point, clear the chart, then go back to DXY. Use delete button. Or go back to DXY. What did you say? This is supposed to be a pullback. But then there's a booklet that I wrote about pullback. So if we need one, you can contact that guy. So he talks about pullback. So you have two types of pullback. You have time pullback and a price pullback. So in this case, this is a very intentional zone, right? It's a very intentional zone. Trying to check, technically speaking, that market has been from the recent high to the current market price has been forming what? Impulsive sell. So there's impulsive sell. Then along the way, you had an exhaustion. You see, we had an exhaustion somewhere. Which price, Jonte? On 8.3. So there's always a reason why we had this exhaustion. So most of the time, the market will experience such in the name of collecting more volume so they can continue there with that trend. So it means that our last rally down was created right from here, the 4 hours time frame. So being pulled back, then it means that it's more likely to get to this price. You see, this price around this particular price, then go deep. I need 15 minutes time frame. So in 15 minutes time frame, clearly shows we had another exhaustion here. So we had a reversal, the first reversal, then another reversal trying to be created here. Reversal, reversal. So now, trade like a retail trader. Trade like a retail trader. Nick,
Yeah.
trade like a retail trader is in 15 minutes time frame. You'll sell here. So now turn it to 1 hour time frame. But there, your chart should read the same price in the bigger picture and the smaller picture. The bigger in 1 hour time frame, 1 day time frame, 4 hours time frame. Yes. So on my side, I'll choose to go with this zone. I'll choose to go with this zone. Reason being, and we call it in a smart money language, we call it mid-risk opportunity. This is not a low risk trade. This is not a low risk trade. A low risk is when the market is changing its character from uptrend to downtrend. You can tell. But this one is a mid-risk opportunity. So this market is more likely to buy. Remember, according to our NFP today, we have week what? We have a week what do you call it? Job creation came week. Then we have unemployment rate positive. So what does it mean? It is like having two signals. The other one is positive, the other one is negative. Now, technically speaking, this market is more likely to stretch this point. So you see, so this is going to be a pullback to around this point. Then we're going to have another sell that will probably break the tested zone. This zone has already been tested. So what does it mean? So on my side, I'm expecting to have a weak USD. A weak USD. So go back to GBPSD. Zone of interest. So it's more likely that this one is going to be tested again before. You see this one. Then you have a buy that is more likely at what? So that's a clear demand zone. Actually, I know most of us are using SMC here, right? So that's a very clear demand zone. The structure is the one that will give you the sell size. Useme ati una risking 20 pips and that's all. Ati mimi una risk 10 pips. Unaweka 10 pips and that's all. No, the structure is the one that will give you. So these are demand zone. So the entire demand zone should be your healthy breathing point of your trade. So now, in this case, automatically, the market coming to that point, then stretching to the tested zone. We say the tested zone is more likely to be taken out, right? So you have a trade running from the demand zone. What's in your mind? That the market will take out what? Yes? The tested zone. The market now is at the tested zone. The structure has been taken out, right? So after the structure has been taken out, this is what we'll observe. In most cases, this is what we'll observe. The market will make double the distance of the previous structure. So this is your previous structure from this point to this point. After being taken out, now it will be your previous structure. So you'll have your clean 500 pips. And it's not going to take a day. It's not going to take a day. So your NFP analysis, taking the market sell to the possible demand, take the buy at the possible demand, done. Anything more than that? So all you need is patience. Patient number one? Yes? Patient number one ya kufanya nini? Daktari. Unajua mahali penye anatoka mtu akiwa na miwani anakuanga daktari. Patient number one? Nasema kuna demand pale. Market iko mahali penye iko, right? So we are expecting the market to do what? To sell the demand zone so that you can take a buy, right? So you are a trader, you've marked the zone well. What next? Yes? Okay. After you've done with your analysis, what are you supposed to do next? Yes? Wait. Waiting just like that, or you're going to place an order? So you just place your order, buy limit or sell limit. In our case here, it's buy limit. You place your buy limit at that particular point and wait. The order will be activated, but you're just a trader, right? You're not a market mover. Otherwise, you could move this market right now to your buy limit, right? So just place your order, place your TP, place your SL, and you are done. That trade maybe will be activated on Tuesday. If you have an account of 500 USD, so now in a conventional sense, you have an account of 500 USD, right? Using a losses of what? 0.05. 0.05. So targeting what? 500 pips. targeting 500 pips with a losses of 0.05, 500 pips. How much are you going to make? 250? 250? 250 what? You're going to make your clean 250 USD. Risking 20 pips. Risking 20 pips. What's the possible amount that you're going to lose? Yes? 10 USD, right? 10 USD ni kama percentage ngapi ya 500 USD? Yes? 10 USD ni kama percentage ngapi? Yes? Watu hesabu. 10 USD ni kama percentage ngapi ya 500 USD? Yes? Brand. $10. $10 kwa 500 USD. Ni kama 2%. So 2%, right? Risking 2% of the account balance. How many trades do you want as a comrade? How many trades will you want as a comrade? Yes? Senior comrade. Unataka trade gapi? Okay. For you to make a reasonable money, first, how much is reasonable money for comrade? Eh? $200. Kama ujaenda tamasha? Yes? Are you a comrade? How much? 200 USD. 200 USD, and he's a lady in a month. What about a boy? Yes? 200 USD is enough. Yeah, 200 USD is enough. 200 USD is very enough. Yeah? Senior comrade. Anyway, so that's how you should be doing your analysis. Place a buy, place a sell limit, place a target, and now shughuli zako. So by the end of the day, how much time will you want on the chart? Yes? Very minimal, right? Actually, this is the trade I'm going to trade. What I analyze is what I trade. What I give kina. Yes? Yes? Jonte, tumekuwa na pass nini? The way you have done here. Less our trade. Even if CPI is coming, we know CPI. If, for example, our sentiment is CPI is going to be, to make the dollar weak or come against the dollar, automatically you'll see CPI coming to this point very fast to get the order and start buying. You see, and if you do your back testing, you realize that most of the time that is always the case. You don't have to chase the whatever the movements during news. Just mark the zone. Mark where there's demand, mark where there's supply. Go on forexfactory.com, do your fundamental analysis well, just to make sure you have, you're on the high probability side. Like if it's more likely to make the dollar strong, then have a sell or buy depending on the currency that you're trading. You see? That's all. Another thing, let me get back to what I look, I mean, my ingredients in the SMC. But at the end of the day, you cannot command the market. If there's no liquidity in the market, you cannot command it to give you a liquidity zone. You cannot fix the liquidity zone on the chart. So you trade what is available. I always say you listen to the language of the market. Listen to what the market is telling you, right? So, one, I just highlighted liquidity. Two, imbalance. Let me just say it, right? One, liquidity. Two, imbalance. Three, order block. Four, breaker block. And third, the structure generally. We structure my trading. I mean, fifth, rather. So those are the 5 things that I look on the chart. And that marks what we call SMC. SMC is a concept of trading like a bank. Ideally, banks will contribute up to 80% of the total volume, right? And the 80% volume is just in the market, right? So they're in a good position to move the market. That's why we place orders where banks place their orders. And this is and the SMC is actually the summary of what the institutions will do on the chart. Okay, so the more you understand the concept, the more you become a better trader. And the more you become a better trader, the more you become confident on the system. I call it system. So if you're not confident on the system at all, it means you'll be doing your own things, but you understand what you're supposed to do, only that you're not confident. That's why sometimes if you are in a lower tier, I'll ask you to interact with traders like Basweti, in a Benji. They'll show you the way, because you'll have one-on-one conversation. I'm sure Basweti, do you accept calls? Yes.
But it must be
Usiweke condition. Yes or no? Anyway, so Basweti accept calls, right? So look for that one person who is experienced in the market, will guide you through until you get to a position of doing everything on your own. Okay, so if there's a forum like this, just come. And we stated very well, you should come with your laptop and your whatever, like your gadgets, your trading gadgets. So as much as, okay, right now, as you've heard, I've been in the market for a while, and I feel like, okay, I'm not that old, but I'm old in the market. So, so sometimes it's becoming somehow hard for me to start dealing with or introducing someone to the market, like start explaining what forex is to a point of understanding the strategy and everything. That's why I'm working with a team. So if I tell Jonte, kuna huyu mrembo hapa, muoneshe venye market inaenda, na make sure ime hit TP. Trezor nampatia make sure ime hit TP. Hiyo ni task. Na mrembo afanya nini? Asikize kenye unasema. In other words, some things might not make sense. Some things might not make sense when we are just talking until you experience it. Because I remember sometimes back, I was listening to a certain lady by the name Karen Fo. He was talking about expectation, and her expectation was 10% a month. It was like, what are you doing? 10% a month. I have my 100 BSD in my account. So 10% a month is like how many dollars? $10. $10 nimeenda Highway Inn nimekula ugali matumbo. Ilikuwa pesa ngapi bro? 120. 120 na fare karibu ifike katikati. It cannot even, you ni lunch peke yake. So it means in 3 days you don't have anything. I needed more than that until I was in a point of losing to a point of start getting sense of what current four is saying. You see, so as much as we have that point of learning from our own mistake, but at least we should not mark time in this field. You're in the field, trust me blindly. Whatever I'm sending, just trade it the way it's supposed to be traded. Weka SL, weka TP, tungoje, tuangalie. So I'm sure you're a human being. You need money, and the moment you start making money, you'll get motivated. Making 10 USD, next time you want to make 100 USD. And if the system is working, you still want to make more. You're motivated at the same time, the system is getting into your nerves. So, and that is the culture that I'm actually introducing to my mentees. That's the culture that I'm introducing to my mentees. So now, I think we cannot cover everything in a single day, right? We cannot cover everything in a single day. Sometimes I tend to take forex like any other course, a 4 years degree course, because most people, they'll start getting their breakthrough in the second, third year, being consistently in the market. Mark the word consistently, like you have been in the market consistently for 3 years, and that is when things are starting to make sense. And if you are very weak, you're going to lose all. Nani yako weak? Nani yako weak? Another advantage is you don't need education, right? You don't need the education for you to start trading forex. All you need is to understand this stuff, the structure of the market. So from my presentation, there's something. Okay, if you have been keen, you'll notice that you can as well trade without the fundamental news. You can easily trade the chart, because according to our system, the market always goes to the point of interest, right? So if it is NFP, it will take the market to our point of interest. Like these are low, right? These are low, but I'll use it as a liquidity, because most retail traders will use it as support, right? But the market is more likely to stretch to this point. And if you experience, let's say there's an economic catalyst. You see, I had a trader saying, and I tend to believe that he's an experienced trader until when I heard the person saying, I don't trade CPI. Reason being, it makes double spike. Like it goes up 50 pips, it comes back 50 pips. So he's wondering what's happening in the market. Let me give a scenario. You have a polite order at this point, right? You have your order here. Then all of a sudden, assume it is CPI news. So you're expecting what? A weak dollar. But again, this market needs volume. This market needs what? Volume for it to run. Then all of a sudden, this market will come to this point. You'll activate the orders here. You'll take the orders because SMC applies the orders at this particular point. Then that is when the market will start pumping up. Ndio double spec anasema. Imeenda chini merudi anashangaa. What's up? Simple. Kwa unajua ni nani? Okay. So, guys, I beg to stop at that point. But before we finish, apart from trading generally, so we have two ways of making money in the forex market. One, yes. Wacha mambo ya selling signal. Sasa ama tufanye barter trade. Ona sell gold, you wanna sell GBP USD. Patie signal ya currency, mwingine apatie commodity. Two ways of making money in the forex market. That is using your own money. No, now let's make it as per individual, like what you can do on your own.
You can trade on your own. You can trade.
No, I'm saying something that you can do on your own. There's pro farm trading, right? You can make money trading pro farm. You can make money trading your own money. There's pro farm and there's your own money. So which is which? So assume you are a guru trader today. Which one will you go with? Just be honest. Which one will you go with? Yes? Pro farm. What were pro farm? What were broker? There's always a reason why you always choose trading with a broker, and there's a reason why someone else is choosing to trade with a pro farm. Your reason?
Because these pro farms are unpredictable. Some will come with crazy conditions. Some, in a broker you enter and you withdraw. These pro farms you can wait for 1 week first of all for your funds to come. Secondly, they have difficult conditions. If you are a good in market, just go direct to the market, because sometimes you can lose because of a simple thing. You have said if you are a good in market and you have money, why go? Just go and risk your money. You are good. Go and risk. Why go all of these conditions? Or you have to wait for your money 1 week. You have to reach this target. You have to do this and that. Don't overtrade. Don't do this. They have a lot of conditions.
They are manipulating you.
Yeah.
Okay. Mtu wa broker, mtu wa nini? Wa pro farm trader. Pro farm trader.
Yeah, for the prop farm, it will show that you have the necessary discipline in the market and also the volume of the money that you can trade with.
So for volume and discipline. Okay. Any other person who trades both? Why do you trade both, bro?
Tunaenda pro farm ka backup. Then nikitumia broker, I mostly use broker, but pro farm kwangu ni backup.
Great. Pro farm kama backup. Any other person when you trade both? Benji, do you trade both or pro farm or broker? Both. Yes. Great. So tumepatiwa two valid reasons ya pro farm na ya own money. So own money, atunaingia kwa market, unatuanga market, unatoa pesa yako. Pro farm, someone said pro farm inakufunza what? Discipline. Inakufunza discipline. Okay, they're all valid answers, right? Because when the day, the goal is to make money and the goal is to to remain in the market, to remain relevant, right? So now this is what I can tell you. This is what I can, as much as we go for ProFarm,